If you need extra support beyond these videos, check out my membership package, link in the description box below. They're wondering what's going on. Phone's not ringing, no notifications on social media. They're really confused. Alright? They're used to you chasing, they're used to you pursuing them. Do the opposite of what your mind and heart is telling you to do. Empaths and all the genuine souls, continue following in this fashion. You're doing so well. Many of you have made so much progress with going silent. Something I need you to incorporate in your journey of going no contact is understanding this is now a lifestyle choice. Please, right? I speak to people and they do these sorts of things. They reach out to the narcissist on their birthday or to wish them a Merry Christmas or these sorts of things. Oftentimes, more often than not always, but the narcissist will actually distance themselves more from you. And I know that's what a lot of you want that are further along in your journey. But really, those of you at the start, you're seeking, this is not derogatory, this is not belittling. You're seeking some kind of acknowledgement or validation from the narcissist, or an apology, or you're seeking some kind of closure from the situation. But I need you to understand that it's actually this lifestyle choice that you go on in going silent is actually the very thing that brings you your closure. Okay? So initially, the narcissist, because you may have persisted, right? You may have tried to fix things. They were expecting that from you. So you become like an annoyance. But the thing is, or they'll smear you like you're an annoyance. Okay, they'll talk to their minions and their flying monkeys that you're an annoyance and this, that, the other. But the moment that you kind of go your own way, sincerely, and you stop reaching out, you stop talking to them, you change your number, I've heard of people moving location, you do these sorts of things. Then they start to be guessing like, why is their phone not ringing? Why aren't they getting no notifications on social media? Why aren't you turning up to their house? And they begin counting the days, right? So this thing that you have incorporated in your mind of the last day that you spoke to them or the last day you saw them and this, that, the other, and you're counting days, they're also counting days in their timeline, okay, from the last time they spoke to you or the last time you rang. They got full account, right? You've got to understand narcissists' brains, they analyze everything and they store this information in their minds. Okay, they have a lot of pressure on their minds. They remember everything. You remembering dates, you remember like people see it. I don't know who this was, right? I think it was in the comment section. Someone said like on their anniversary, their wedding anniversary or whatever, after the discard and everything, the narcissist done some elaborate social media stunt, like on the day, or went near their house. Sorry, I dropped the mic. Or went near their house on the day or whatever. Okay, like something like that, and they posted it online. And it's like, these are triggering things. This is what the narcissist will start doing when you're silent, because they're the one that needs your supply. Okay, and so this is initially, you're not going to know this because they've told you they hate you, or they told you they don't like you, or they told you they don't love you, or they told you to go away, or they just ghosted you or abandoned you or whatever. But they're over there like expecting you to persistently chase. Do you know how many people these individuals have on the shelf? Like, they have loads of people on the shelf. They like the ones on the shelf. The narcissist doesn't want the ones on the shelf. Okay, and that's why I'm trying to encourage you, don't be among the shelf. Don't be an option. You may have momentarily been there, like when you were persistent or chasing, but some people stay there indefinitely. Okay, they will always chase. All right, and what female narcissists try to do, okay, is female narcissists will try to emasculate the male, okay? And male narcissists will try to objectify the woman, okay? So that's the dynamics that happen, right? And what I mean by that is, okay, they'll do things that takes the man out of his masculine, right? Because these are Jezebel spirits, right? And the male narcissist will objectify the woman, right? Make her some like an option, a bit on the side, or do stuff like that, right? So this is why there may be some differences. So obviously not everything I say is going to be pinpointed at your situation, but you need to embrace of why they're doing this, okay? And then they'll engage with people who are on the shelf. Some of them will just provoke the ones that are on the shelf, do things that are on the shelf, like, so you need to be the one who's not on the shelf. That's why I encourage you to change your numbers, right? That's why I encourage you to go in your own direction. So the narcissist begins to realize, okay, after a period of time, that you're not chasing after them. So they go to their, you know, where they keep all the people on the shelf, right? They go to their trophy cabinet where all the shelves are, probably where some of your trinkets are, you know, belongings and things like that, okay? And they look and they realize that you're not there, okay? You know, you're not there, right? They'll do some analysis. They'll look on your social media. They'll see this. They maybe see you've come off social media. They maybe drive past your house. They see you're not at the same location, and they begin to panic. Okay, they begin to think, oh shit, you're going to go and be a good person for someone else or another narcissist. They look at you as very vulnerable and naive. Okay, so they think you're going to go and get drawn out. This is why I emphasize so much, and I'm going to bring back the lone wolf segment, okay? I know not everyone wants to hear it, but some of you are interested in this and following this path, so I'm going to bring back the lone wolf segment. But off the topic of that, okay, they don't expect you to go in your own lane and go silent and everything like that, and they're thinking that you're going to get drawn out by someone else. So then now they'll sit back and they'll be analyzing. This is why I tell you, don't do it. Okay, as much as you may have desire or craving company or affection and things like that, like channel that energy within your frame, channel that energy into your own life, channel that poor self-love into yourself, and do all of that first before you even endeavor down that path, because they're now watching for you to go into a new relationship. And if you make a bad choice in a new relationship partner, okay, they'll feel elevated. And I'm not saying you have to preoccupy your whole path about them. I'm just saying you don't want to end up with a rebound, okay? I made a video on rebound. I'm either going to release it after this or it's out before this one. So yeah, I'll release it after this. Sorry, my bad. So you don't want to end up in that situation where you rebound and things like that, right? So they're with their new supplies, they're acquainted with their new supplies, but they're very preoccupied upon you because they notice that you've made the move, all right? And you have the final discard. This is even if you were discarded, ghost, or abandoned. Please, I need to clarify that. Okay, so they realize that they've got their new supply in their place where they want them, and this is why you have more power when you're actually out of the relationship. You have your freedom back. You have your life back. Now they're second guessing. They need to know what you're doing. These narcissists install hacking software in your phones, right? And this is not some conspiracy theory. They do this, all right? There's so many frequent apps. I don't even know why they popped up in one of my YouTube adverts, right? Like the algorithm is doing that, but these apps are very popular now and they work. Okay, and that's the simplest form of how they do it. You know, the more advanced ones, I shouldn't even call it advanced. The more manipulative ones have other ways of hacking and stuff like that. And I've spoken to people in sessions that have had this problem, right? Where his wife hacks his computer, you know, cloned his cards, done these things. Narcissists, many people I've spoken to have gone through financial abuse from narcissists as well. Okay, remember that the narcissist may have been financially abusing you in some way. It's not only just energy. So, you know, their lifestyle takes a drastic turn when you're out of their life anyway. Because a lot of you were maybe the working person, or you were bringing stuff into the household, or vice versa. If you were looking after the children, then now they're panicking because they have to look after the children or whatever, right? What I'm saying is you were providing something to the narcissist that they just took for granted and they overlooked. You provided your supply, your love, your care, your dedication, your devotion, and now that we're without you, they're starting to notice, even though they have a new supply, the lifestyle they had with you was more easy. They could even be with a richer supply, right? But what you know, that could be a stingy rich new supply, okay, or someone like you were very free and caring, and you done these things, right? You were very like selfless. This is what I've spoken to some people that have like, you know, helped the narcissist out. They've given them money. They've done things like that, you know. So I don't just, you know, you will receive your benefit or your reward for what you provided for people, I believe. It may not happen straight away, but it will come back round. So as I was saying, like narcissists have been through this. They so they're panicking now. You're out of the where they keep their trinkets and all their people on the shelf, you know, memories of people on the shelf, and you're maintaining the silence now. Now they're becoming inquisitive. Now they're checking what you're doing. Now they're tracking you down. All right, and they begin tracking you down and watching you from a distance, just analyzing which move you make. That's why some of you are falling off early and you're jumping into new relationships. They see that and they think, yeah, the deal's sealed. Like, they don't mind. You know, the devil will make them satiated with knowing that you're with another narcissist, and they can spot other narcissists. They'll see some new person in your life and they'll be like, yeah, that's a narcissist. You know, or that's like them. All right. This is why they were very insecure about you, because they thought you were going to get drawn out. Okay, so once you navigate past that point in your no contact journey and your lifestyle of silence, they begin to realize, and this is why I talk about channeling your energy into your purpose and your craft and your mission and your meaning and everything like that. Because once they catch wind of that, okay, they often bridge the gap. And I've heard it from numerous people who have been discarded, ghosted, or abandoned. They've been in a no-contact journey, never thought they'd hear from the narcissist again, and the narcissist is the one that reaches out to them. And these people had changed their number, okay? They changed their number. They weren't on social media. Well, some of them was, but some of them weren't on social media. And the narcissist found ways, you know, a myriad of ways to try and, like, things that you would not, like, you know, things that you would not expect. And that's why they tried to catch you with the element of surprise, okay, to catch you while your guard's down or you're unaware. And they start to realize that you have gone on your own journey. Something that I forgot to mention is you have to understand that after a couple of weeks, if you maintain silence for a couple of weeks, okay, the narcissist, if you literally maintain silence for a couple of weeks, even if you chased a bit as well, they will start having something called the fade and effect bias. And you all need to look into the fade and effect bias, right? It's where all of the bad things they associated with you start to fade. You see, now they're in a lifestyle where they've got problems with other people. So although they may have made you the enemy and everything like that, they're actually facing difficulties within their own relationships and dynamics and family units and friendships and all that now, okay? They're facing difficulties. And is the new supply supportive in that way? Probably not. Because this is why you need to watch that rebound video. They've rebounded. And I might start calling the new supply a rebound, because that's exactly what they are. And I need you to know something. I mentioned this in that video as well. You was a rebound. Okay? I'm sorry to say it, but you was. Right? I have to give you the blunt, honest truth. You was most likely a rebound unless this was your first relationship, both your first relationships and things like that. Yeah, which is probably quite rare. Okay? But they didn't appreciate you, right? They noticed you once they saw you and got closer to you. They realized more and more, but they were initially they went in your direction as a rebound from the old supply. Okay. So what you need to know is they realize everything after. They fall into self-absorbed regret. No one really not a lot of you understand what I mean by the regret of the narcissist, because it's so prominent that narcissists don't regret, but they do have self-absorbed regret. They feel annoyed and uncomfortable about their own situation as a result of losing you. So that's all going on in the midst of while, you know, they're looking for you and everything like that. So the fade and effects bias and the self-absorbed regret, they're going through layer after layer after layer. That's part with them, you know. And the narcissist tries to cope with this, okay? You need to know it's the empath, it's the chosen one, it's the genuine soul. You have a profound effect, right? A lot of you are probably like old souls, right? I'm not that behind the old soul theory, because I think we're all made with a unique soul. But I'm saying, like, we was something before, okay? I believe, right? And when I mean before we were sent to Earth. We was in another world, I believe, right? So your soul's got a lot of depth to it. And the things that you would, trying to express to a loved one of yours, right? The narcissist, they only start to realize some of these things way further down the line, that, oh, okay, you were doing that for their protection, or you had their best interests at heart. And they will start to realize this stuff, and it's too late. All right, if you've gone silent and you've gone in your own journey, right? You've gone in your own journey, and you're taking it in your lifestyle choice, and you're sincere, and you don't break no contact, and you go in your own lifestyle journey. And even when they bait you up, or they come into your DMs from fake accounts, or they do these things, right? You just put them on blast, right? They don't know how to take it. Okay, they don't know how to take it, because these are the ones, I've heard this so many times, right, from people. I've been running sessions for a bit after I started the channel. Okay, so I spoke to quite a few people. I haven't consistently ran them. I've took gaps and stuff, but there has been quite a few sessions, right? And there's a common theme. So this is why you resonate with the videos, because you're dealing with the same kind of evil. I know they differ in many ways, but you're dealing with the same kind of evil, and this is what they go through. Okay, some of the narcissists, actually, someone put it in the comment section recently, yesterday or the day before, I think, they actually went back on in a relationship with a narcissist, or was hooking up with a narcissist, and the narcissist openly admitted everything that they hear in the video, right? Opened up. Oftentimes they're in a collapse at that point, and they will, they will possibly try that emotional move on you, you see. So they've got a number of things floating through their minds about what to say, what not to say, and it's hard for them to cope. Now, they do this all while living, you see, to a normal person, a normal individual, you'd say, like, you don't have time for that, a normal person is working, or looking after their family, or whatever they're doing. You think, no, a narcissist hasn't got time for that. They find time. They allocate times in the day. All right, they'll say something like, oh, I'm ill, or this has happened to me, or this has happened to me, and they'll try and get some space so they can go and do all their weird stalkish behavior online and stuff, right? So they're very much a mesh still close to you. And this is after they told you they didn't love you, cheated on you, pushed you aside, discarded you, ghosted you, abandoned you. They'll be going through this, all right? They'll be going through this. So they really can't fathom that you've gone silent. They thought, wow, like that's why you've got to go down this route, so you get your own, you don't lose yourself, through chasing and stuff like that. You build yourself back up again, and that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. So day by day, okay, it is difficult and more difficult for the narcissist, and it intensifies and intensifies and intensifies. Because they overplayed their hands a lot of the time, right? With the way that they discarded you, and they're aware of that now. They go through that. They realize, okay, they pushed you too far away. That's why I'm saying the way they reach out to you, when they do, will be some weird shit. And all you got to do is just carry on your mission, get to the point where they're out of your mind. And really, when they're out of your mind and you've got something going on in your life, then they pop back up. It's just how it goes. They pop back up when you've got stuff going in your life. Alright? But please embrace, from 2 weeks, they're going through fade and effect bias, looking to fade and effect bias. Just because they're not spontaneously acting on these, messed up emotions of theirs, doesn't mean that this is not true. You see? Stop waiting for the narcissist to tell you this. Learn from all the people that I've done sessions with that have given me knowledge to know what I'm saying and experience and everything like that, right? Take it on board so you've got it for you, all right? It's just, that's why I want to see some of you. I don't know if you're here, put it in the comment section if you are. All of you are welcome to comment as well, of course. I mean, I just want to focus on the people that are just so fresh out, right? For a moment, bear with me because I'm going to go back into some more other stuff as well. But the people that are so fresh out, the best thing you can do, or look, no, even you as well, even you is further down your journey and you're coming back for information and stuff like that, right? You probably will fall into another romantic relationship. What I'm saying is you've got to be like, say that person walks away from you, you've just got to be like, okay, fine, go in your own direction, because they're going to burn out, all right? They took a lot of your energy, they took a lot of your time, they took a lot of your thing, your support and everything like that. They go off with it thinking they're full of light, and they burn out pretty quick. They'll go into fade and effects bias, they'll go into self-absorbed regret, and they'll be still watching you. Right? They still watch you for a long time. They're fucking weirdos, right? They're deranged, dusty weirdos that actually stalk you and watch you, right? And that's what they're doing. All the meanwhile, they've told you the worst things in the world, like, I don't love you, I don't care about you, and all this stuff, right? They're actually watching you, all right? So please, the no contact that I'm talking about is sincere. It's not looking at their social media. It's not doing anything like that at all, right? Not phoning them, not messaging them, not looking at their social media. Just going in your own direction. Not, please, that makes you ill. Looking on their social media makes you ill, all right? It makes you ill, okay? There's some people that can look up on their social media, like I've said in earlier videos, and you can see through it. And you can see cryptic clues and stuff like that they're doing, but still, there's no point because they're just trying to hurt you. It gives them a portal into your life, right? It gives them a portal into your life, and you don't need it, okay? So this is all going on, and it doesn't go away. The timeline is constant, all right? I'm talking narcissist. I've read in the comment section after decades. I've spoken to people after decades. Narcissists have popped up in some way, shape, or form, right? Numerous people, okay? So don't look at the Hoover as something magical or like what you really want and you're going to let them back in and everything like that. No. The silence is a lifestyle. Fuck the Hoover, right? They're going to come up with some weird shit. You're going to be like, ugh. You're going to be like, ugh. I guarantee it happens at a time when you're like, ugh. Don't even want to hear from this person. This person makes me feel sick. That's how you'll feel when narcissists pop back up. And this is, testament to so many people I've spoke to. They felt the same way, right? When a narcissist reaches out, they thought, ugh, right? Disgusting. And then they start having unnecessary thoughts again and stuff like that. It's like, okay, on that topic, I mentioned this recently, but you might not have seen the video. If you're getting unwanted thoughts or intrusive thoughts about the narcissist, start to just view them as passing thoughts like the wind. They come, they go, they come, they go. So when they enter your mind, you say, oh, there's another intrusive thought, there's another intrusive thought, there's another intrusive thought. This works, right? You can do this with anything of an intrusive thought. And then eventually it trains your brain to filter out these crappy thoughts that don't need to be there. Okay? It actually expels them, right, from your mind. The narcissist isn't going to do this. The narcissist has been ruminating about you from day one. The narcissist knew you was going to chase. The narcissist knew you was going to chase after them and pursue them and try to fix things. They knew you were the savior empath that you are, and you followed suit. You done that, and they'll regret not taking you up on your offering because it was a downhill slope from there. Okay, when you go in your own direction, and they they go in theirs, they're going downhill. And you just need to maintain the silence, all right? Vital, okay? So what I need you to understand is it's not easy for the narcissist just because they went silent on you first or anything like that. If anything, it's more difficult for them. It's more difficult for them going through this knowing that they went silent on you, it's really the biggest blessing, is the narcissist discarding you, ghosting, or abandoning you, because it gets you out of their life a lot easier than if you tried to cut them off. You see, what it is because it gives you, it makes them not go away, it makes them obsessed, but it gives you enough breathing space to focus on your own journey. So I want you to utilize this time that you have now wisely. Okay, utilize this time now you have wisely. Don't fall into desperate relationships or fall in a low vibrational state, being desperate and just clinging on to new people and stuff like that. Not new supplies, sorry, new people. Just focus on healing, focus on growth. Okay, and they're going through, all right, just to summarize, right, they're going through, from the moment you stop chasing, they start getting inquisitive, looking at their phones. From when they they're looking at their phones, they begin to look at your social media. Okay, they begin to realize you're not on the shelf. They notice, they look on the social media, they see you're not on the shelf, and then they start to panic, right? And they realize that you provided a potent supply source. Okay, that's what they start to realize. They realize that you provided a potent supply source, and they're going through the fade and effect bias, which is making them lose all of the bad things that they thought about you, right? And they're going through the self-absorbed dumper's remorse and the fade and effect bias, and eventually they'll try and bridge that gap, okay? But they're falling into despair. Some of them will fall into collapses. They're going to fall into a collapse. They're going to run through numerous supplies or cling to a new supply. You know, you've just got to reject them when they pop back up. It's quite simple. Just make sure you reject them, maintain your silence, and leave them as a thing of the past, okay? You know, tomorrow's not promised. Yesterday is gone. And in the future is the only point in time you should be focused on. So anyway, thanks for listening today. I really appreciate the support. Please book a session if you'd like to. If you need support beyond these videos, check out our membership package. All links you need in the description box below. And I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.